Hi, welcome to the Central Florida Real Estate Market Report, where we focus on Orange, Osceola, Lake, and Seminole counties. And just in case you're watching this in the future, this is the market report for September 2024. We'll take a big overview of the four counties that I mentioned. We'll also go into a couple of zip codes, and we'll give a brief overview of each individual county and what's driving, as a whole, people to Central Florida. My name is Ben Danholm, and I'm a real estate broker here in Central Florida. I've helped countless people buy and sell homes in the area. So I know exactly how important it is for both buyers and sellers to be fully aware of what's going on in the market, what the trends are, where the market is heading, and well, they're basically what the stats are, so you know how to plan best whether you're buying or selling. Let's get started with the median prices and the inventory for Central Florida, which is some of the things that people usually look at first. The median home price in Central Florida as a whole is now approximately $385,000. That's slightly up from August, and it's about 3% higher than it was a year ago. So as you can see, prices continue to go up, like as I predicted in my last video. I think one of the things that's holding prices back right now is probably the fact that we have an election coming up, and also that interest rates continue to be as perceived as being too high. But I think the main reason for prices to cool off right now and not go up as fast as they could is probably the fact that there's an election coming up, and a lot of people are waiting to see what's happening in November before they make a decision on whether or not to buy. But most of the demand we are seeing right now is driven, by the way, by out-of-state and international buyers. And most of our international buyers are coming from Brazil. Actually, they account for about 38% of all international purchases. Another reason that prices are not going up as fast as they probably should is that inventory has gone up, which is good news for buyers. There's a lot more homes to choose from. And it's also keeping prices down because we now have 11% more listings available for buyers to choose from than we did 12 months ago. It's still a lot lower than it was before the pandemic, which means that we are still in a seller's market. It's just not as strong a seller's market as it was a few months ago. And homes are also staying on the market a little bit longer. On average, homes in Central Florida are staying on the market for about 41 days compared to about 35 days in 2023. What this really means is that this is the average. So if you're looking at, you'll see homes that are on the market for 100, 200 days, and you'll see homes that sell in a couple of days, some homes that even sell in the first day they're on the market. So the only thing that the average shows us is when it changes that it's we're moving towards a little longer on the market, a little shorter on the market, but each home is very individual. Interest rates are also keeping affordability down. Interest rates are still perceived as being high, and they are definitely a lot higher than they were during the pandemic. They've come down a little bit, depending on what day you're looking. It's somewhere between the low sixes to the low sevens, which is a lot better than it was at some point, but still keeping affordability down, specifically for first-time home buyers or in general people who need to finance a lot of their purchase. But despite all this, demand remains pretty strong, mostly because of people relocating to the area, like I said, from out of state or from other countries. And on that note, most of our out-of-state people are actually right now coming from California and New York. Other states they're coming from now, but those are where the majority of people are coming from. And I guess the reason for that is that we are still substantially cheaper than both New York and California in terms of how much it costs in taxes and property prices. And even though that we all feel that the cost of living has gone up, which it has, it's probably still significantly cheaper to buy groceries in Florida than it is in New York. If you like this sort of content and you want to have more of it, I would strongly encourage you to follow me on social media. If you don't like this type of content, do not follow me on social media. If you want, another option would be to, if you like the content, would be to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the little notification bell so you get a notification whenever I upload new content. That will keep you up to date with the market in so many ways around here. I'd also like if you have a minute to maybe comment on this video or my other videos. I would like to know your opinion on about the things I've talked about. How do you feel the market is going? I mean, one thing is the statistics, another thing is how do you feel the market is going? So please comment and please follow. Please subscribe. Please hit the notification bell, so you can keep up to date and let me know what you think. Let's move on to Orange County specifically. The median home price in Orange County is now more than $450,000. I think the exact number at the end of September was $452,578 and change. That is actually a 6% increase year on year. And compare that to the whole of Central Florida, it's actually going up. The prices are going up twice as fast in Orange County than the rest of Central Florida. And this is mostly driven by some of the high-end areas in Orange County, like Windermere, Dr. Phillips, and Winter Park. And even though days on the market in Orange County is a little higher than the Central Florida average, 42 days compared to 41 days, Orange County is doing so much better in terms of price increases. But there are huge variations depending on zip codes and areas in Orange County as well. Some of the areas that saw the biggest interest and highest activity is areas like Dr. Phillips and Windermere, where prices in these areas are significantly higher than the average, between $650 and $850. And a lot of properties way above $1 million. And interestingly enough, properties in Dr. Phillips, for instance, priced at $800,000 or more, actually only spent 27 days on the market compared to the rest of the county and compared to the rest of Central Florida, where it was 42 days. Osceola County, the median home price in Osceola County has been pretty stable, with a median home price of $380,000. So it stays one of the more affordable options in Central Florida. Most of the demand in Osceola County comes from first-time home buyers and investors. First-time home buyers who are looking for a entry-level priced home to get into, and investors looking for rental properties, specifically short-term rentals for vacations rentals. But part of the reason, obviously, is that Osceola County probably has the highest concentration of short-term rentals in Central Florida, but also some of the lowest prices for entry for short-term rental properties. So some of the areas where the activities remain strong is some areas of Kissimmee and some areas of St. Cloud, but they're in these zip codes. There are other areas where we're seeing 8 months inventory and very slow sales, and then next area over, it's going really fast. So specifically, if you live in Osceola County and in Kissimmee or St. Cloud, you will want to have a report that covers your specific area, because it's vastly different from one area to another within these two cities specifically. Seminole County has taken a little bit of a hit in medium home prices. The home price dropped by about 1.6% to around $385,000. Like I said, which is about 1.6% lower than it was a year ago. But again, this is a county with huge variations. Lake Mary and Oviedo, they are still in high demand because of the good school districts and the suburban appeal that these areas have. And so prices are holding pretty steady in those areas. But in other areas of Seminole County, such as Aldermont Springs, we're seeing a lot of price reductions because sellers want to be more competitive. So again, another area where you would definitely want an individual report if you're thinking about selling or even buying in that area. Lake County median home price is similar to that of Osceola County, exactly $380,000, which is up about 2.7% from last year. The county is a little bit very different from some areas to others, because part of Lake County is very rural and other parts are a little more suburban. So in areas like Claremont and Mount Dora, there's still attracting buyers a lot, whereas the more rural areas are seeing a little more slowing interest from buyers. And a lot of new construction going on in Claremont specifically is helping prices keeping up, because builders are offering incentives to buyers, which keeps prices up. There are a lot of reasons that prices are due to continue to go up here in Central Florida, almost no matter where you are. I mean, we see a few fluctuations, but overall, we have in this area a really good economic growth. We have a lot of tourism, which is driving investments, and we are investing a lot in our infrastructure. So this makes this area very attractive as a relocation area, both for businesses and individuals, because, like I said previously, we're still pretty low priced compared to, say, places like New York and California. And some of the things that I can quickly mention that is driving people to this area is the Epic Universe, the new theme park from Universal, which we probably all know is scheduled to open in 2025. That could bring thousands of jobs, not just at Universal, but also supporting jobs in other parts of the tourism industry. So it'll increase demand for housing, it'll increase demands for workforce. So that will definitely drive prices up in itself, in those specifically close by. Lake Nona Medical City is another place that is driving interest and getting people to move to our area. It's if you don't know what that is, it's a 650-acre health and life science park that has institutions like the University of Central Florida College of Medicine. There's a Nemours Children's Hospital as a VA clinic, medical center. So this area has not just attracted medical professionals, but also a lot of tech companies and research firms and educational institutions. So Lake Nona area specifically has become one of the fastest growing communities in Central Florida because of that. But it also helps the rest of us, because it keeps prices going up in properties, and it provides a lot of jobs here in the area. Not so close to home, but still here in Central Florida, the Space Coast is also driving prices up in the area, because a lot of people working on the Space Coast decide to live close to Orlando on the east side. So companies like SpaceX and Blue Oranges that are investing heavily in our region are drawing workers and their families to the area, which is boosting the economy as well. So, and that's obviously probably mostly benefit the areas closer to them, but also, like I said, Orlando has seen a benefit from this, because people want to live maybe not right on top of their job, but a little bit further away. Another thing that's helping for us, those of us who's been here quite a while, it's the investment that is finally happening in the transportation network, specifically the Brightline Speed Rail, so you can get to Miami quicker, which means that people from Miami potentially can decide to live up here, where it's a little bit cheaper in housing, but still work down there. If they ever get finished with a connection to Tampa, that will definitely also boost the economy here. And then there's the I-4 project that should hopefully ease up traffic going through the Orlando area. Anyway, that's all I had for this time. I hope you enjoyed this video and you find it useful. Like I said, if you want a specific report for your area, which could be very useful if you're thinking about selling or buying in a specific area, because this was just the overview. Like I said, a lot of times during this video, some local areas are very, very different to the averages. So please contact me if you want any specific information about your area, whether you're buying or selling. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Bye for now.